Roughly 1:55 this morning at 111 Perry in Struthers, we received a 911 call that there was a shooting with multiple victims. We received it from one of the female victims. And I'm working on emailing the 911 call to all of the media outlets. When we arrived, the suspect had already fled on foot. We're not aware of any vehicle that they may have used to get there or to leave the area. Immediately, the injuries were very apparent. First responders from the fire department were on scene very quickly, and then I believe at least 3 or 4 ambulance agencies arrived to triage and then remove those that needed assistance. There were 5 casualties to the shooting. So far, we have a 4-year-old child that was deceased at the scene. A male that was in critical condition at the hospital. Another male that was in close to critical, and then the 2 females were in stable condition. I haven't received any updates from the hospital within the last 45 minutes or so. I know the one that was in critical was in the trauma unit. As for the suspect, we are working on a few leads. The 2 female victims are cooperating to the best of my knowledge. Plus, we've gotten some tips from outside concerned citizens. But other than that, there's not been any arrest. The marshal's unit is trying to track down a couple of our leads. BCI is here at the crime scene. The homicide task force has been here since the beginning of the whole ordeal, along with help from Youngstown Police and Camel Police. Mill Creek Park Police has been assisting because the house and the street are fairly close to Yellow Creek Park, which Mill Creek Park is almost a border of that. So at this point, that's all I have. I'm hoping to have another one at 3 o'clock where I can release a little bit more of the information, maybe some victims. I want to make sure that everyone's notified before we release anything. So if you have any questions,
Chief, was everybody in the same room?
Yes.
All 5 were in the same room?
Yes. It's a 3-story house. The front door leads directly into the living room, and all of the victims were shot in the living room in very close proximity to each other.
Do you know their relationships with one another?
I believe the 2 females are friends, and the 2 males may be each other's boyfriends. I don't know if the males have any connection with each other. And the child is the son of the female resident.
Any prior history with this house? Any other calls or issues?
We've had issues. I'm not sure exactly. I know I was looking at them, but in the midst of all this, I know last week we had a call for an overdose there that wasn't a resident of the house. So we responded, and I believe the person that was overdosing fled while we were arriving, and we had to pursue them to make sure that they were safe. And we did catch them a couple of blocks down the street.
Did you recover anything at the house, any weapons or money or anything like that?
BCI is doing the search of the house, so I have been in contact with them, but nothing has come up. I know they're searching for not only weapon, but money and drugs and anything that would lead us to why this horrible thing ever happened.
Any specific details on the other victims, where they were shot, how critical?
The one in critical was shot in the head twice. The other male, I believe, was shot in the back at least twice. And the two females, I believe it was lower extremities, either the hip or the legs, to where they were able to give statements to the officers and were able to comprehend what we needed from them.
And the man that was shot in the head, you don't have an update?
No, I do not have an update on him yet.
Chief, the person, can you say, did the person walk in right away and start shooting, or did it look like that they knew him and he was able to walk in? Or?
From what I understand, the door was entered. I don't think he kicked it. I'm not sure if it was locked at this point, but he entered the room, and from what I understand, he began yelling at the occupants, and before they had a chance to respond to his commands or to his demands, he began shooting.
Any new information about the suspect?
Like I said, we're working on different leads that we have. I'm not sure where that's all going. Youngstown Police and their detectives are a great wealth of knowledge. So is Camel Police. So it might be a Struthers resident, but it might be someone from Youngstown or from Camel, or could be anywhere.
And he was believed to have fled on foot?
Yes, that was what was told to us by one of the victims, one of the female victims. We knocked on every door in the neighborhood. People heard gunshots, but they didn't hear any cars. They didn't see anybody either. So we fled in an unknown direction.
When was the last time there was a fatal shooting in Struthers?
2014, maybe.
You had two in one day, I think.
We-
What happened, or it was like two in the same week or something? That was the last time.
Yeah, they were pretty close. We had one on Renee,
Yeah.
where a friend shot another friend, and then we had a murder-suicide up on, I think, 7th Street.
Is that neighborhood usually quiet?
It's generally quiet, yes. Older families, some rentals, but we generally don't have issues like that.
I'm sorry, Chief. How long have these people lived in this house?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Was the house a rental?
I believe the girl that lived there, I believe her parents might own the house. But I'm not 100%, but I think the name on it was a name matching the female that lived there.
Do you have an idea of when you will be releasing names?
I hope at 3 o'clock we're able to release. So does 3 o'clock work for everybody? Because I know you guys have deadlines, and I want to not push it back as far as I can, but I want to work with you guys, but I also want to make sure that we have enough time to hopefully round somebody up to give you something more than what I'm giving you now. I believe 21. Did you guys come across the father of the child?
Yeah, I was able to talk to him a little
Okay.
bit on the phone.
Okay.
But that's the extent.
Okay. I'm going to talk to him and make sure that he's okay with, at this point, release. And I know that at a certain point, yes, I have to, but I want to honor what the family, how they feel about things, especially dealing with a 4-year-old. Because I know as soon as that name gets out, him and his family are going to be inundated with a lot. Not that it's not already out there with, you know, social media stuff. I'm sure, you know, half this stuff is out more than what we had wanted to. So, but that's why I like to give you guys as much as I can in the right time frame.
Thanks for your.
I'm working here for you guys.
Appreciate it.
No, I understand. Like I said, I understand. You guys got people breathing down your throats wanting stuff. So